Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. John Gonzalez here, working on the show that has no name, but you can see I'm wearing red, getting ready for Pentecost Sunday coming up here this Sunday. It's been kind of a Eucharistic revival in the Catholic Church, especially here in the United States. I shouldn't say kind of have been; it has been. Everyone looking forward to going to Indianapolis in July. Hopefully, I can make it. I've been praying about it and trying to find a way there. So we'll see if the finances and everything comes together for me to go. And if I do get to go, I plan to bring this podcast there as well. On today's show, we're talking to Sharon Amaya. Sharon is let's see, she's been a member of the Order of Secular Discalced Carmelites for approximately 15 years, and she's in the community of Christ the Church in Ann Arbor, Michigan. But as she says, by the grace of God and mercy of God, and with the intercession of the Blessed Mary, Virgin Mary, Sharon is a convert to the Catholic faith. And what she's going to be doing is, I'll let her explain, because what she's doing is taking this very cool exhibition to parishes, schools all over the state of Michigan. And this weekend, she's going to be at my hometown parish, St. Jude Church here in Grand Rapids. And we have her on the line to give us all the details.
Hello, this is Sharon.
Hey, Sharon, it's John Gonzalez. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Well, I just did all the introductions and told people who you are. And we're really excited to have you here in Grand Rapids. I know you're going to be at my hometown parish, St. Jude Church, this weekend. Your big presentation is tomorrow on Friday, May 17th. And I've been doing kind of a crash course all afternoon getting prepared. Although I feel like there's no preparation, right? I mean, if you've gone to mass on Sundays and you participate in the, Holy Sacrament of the Eucharist, you are kind of prepared for it, right?
Jesus prepares our hearts, that's for sure.
Yeah, so we're in a way ready to go. But this exhibition is something special. And for those that don't know a lot about it, you're going to be doing a presentation, like I said, on Friday night to tell us all about it. But real quick, I know this is
Well,
the Vatican International Exhibition of the Eucharistic Miracles of the world, and you've been doing this for many years now. This is not something you're just new at. You've done this many times.
yeah.
What can people expect from not only your presentation, but from the exhibition?
Well, I think they'll have a new zeal for receiving Jesus in the Holy Eucharist, in Holy Communion. I think when you see the miracles, you actually read about them and see all the photographs of them and experience Jesus in these Eucharistic miracles. I really believe that your heart will be converted even strongly, more open to receive the graces and blessings He wants to give each person in the Holy Eucharist.
I know this is a very personal experience for each one of us, right? We all go through our own personal
Right.
journeys, but an exhibition like this, where you're going to see what 90 examples of miraculous occurrences throughout history of the church, not just like in the last year or 10 years. This is going back a long way.
Right.
You've experienced it as
Actually,
a group, right?
it goes back from 750 AD was the first proved Eucharistic miracle in the exhibit, all the way to the last proved one was in 2013. And of course, they have more that they're researching now and that are pending for approval. But as always, the church takes time to approve because they want to make sure they are actually miracles. So these are all that have been extensively tested scientifically, and you can be assured that they are approved miracles of the world.
Sharon, before we talk more about the exhibition, let's delve into your history, because I know that you're a convert to the Catholic faith, and you've been somehow this has become your ministry, right?
Yes, my brother does this as well. This is actually the exhibit is being hosted at St. Jude in Grand Rapids by the Mary Our Mother Foundation, a ministry that my brother and I have been working on for many years. But this exhibit actually comes to us from, of course, from Blessed Carlo Acutis, who cataloged all these Eucharistic miracles for the internet so that everyone would know about the Eucharistic miracles throughout the world. And then it actually came to the States through the Real Presence Association. So it's a copy of the one that's in the Vatican. So we have a number of copies of the exhibit throughout the United States, about 36. And I've been doing this just for many years. I used to lead pilgrimages overseas, and I went to Lanciano, Italy, where the first approved Eucharistic miracle is. And you can see it on display where the host actually changed into real flesh and the consecrated wine changed into real blood. It's actually displayed above the altar after the consecration prayers were said, of course, by the priest in the Mass, transubstantiation. And this is what happened. We actually know by our faith that it's the body and blood of Christ that we're receiving, but we could actually see it in this Eucharistic miracle that the host changed into real flesh and the consecrated wine changed into real blood. And it's still on display for about 1,300 years now. So, a long time.
Well, you mentioned Blessed Carlo Acutis as the person who really was the brainchild over this exhibition, and a lot of people have heard the name, or at least maybe they've never heard of it. He's got an interesting story. I did a little research. I've done some research on him in the past, just because he's such a fascinating young person, and if his track
Indeed is.
if his track holds through, he'll be our first millennial saint, which hopefully will happen soon someday. Give us real quick his background, because it is a fascinating story.
Well, he's up and coming saint of our time. He's Blessed Carlo Acutis now, born in 1991 and then dying in 2006 at the age of 15 and beatified in 2020. So he's Pope Francis says he'll probably be the patron saint of the internet, computer programming, and the youth, because he was so devoted to our Lord in the Eucharist, and he wanted to place, as I said, all these Eucharistic miracles, catalog them and place them on the internet so everyone would have access to this information about the Eucharistic miracles and his real presence in the Eucharist. And he started this at the age of 11. Receiving his first Holy Communion at 7, he became a daily Holy Communicant. He walked himself to church just a few blocks from his house, and his parents were not practicing Catholic, so he took the initiative to do this. He loved Jesus and loved the Holy Eucharist, and in fact said, the Eucharist is my highway to heaven. He knew of Jesus' real presence. He not only did this exhibit, but he did 3 other exhibits as well in this short time, where he started at the age of 11 and died at 15 of acute leukemia. He did another exhibit on the approved Marian apparitions. He also did one on angels and demons and another one on heaven, hell, and purgatory. So he did a lot in his short time. He was good with the computer, wanted to do something special for Jesus, and so he set himself out to do it. And he was very devoted to Our Lady. He prayed the rosary every day. He was very disciplined in prayer, I think, at a very early age. And I think that's really significant to mention, because fueled his apostolate, his ministry, and his zeal, I think, in falling in love with Jesus and working for the kingdom.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Sharon Amaya. She'll be making a presentation Friday, May 17th, the Brophy Center at St. Jude Church, my home parish, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Yep, 6 p.m. And the exhibition will be up, I believe, through the 21st. I know it's made the rounds. I've seen this advertised at other churches throughout Michigan. And I know that it was recently at where I used to work. I used to work at West Catholic High School, and you were just there. So I'm curious, what were I don't know if you went to that at all or spoke there, but if you did,
yes,
what were the young people? Because this is definitely, Carlo Acutis is someone that I think, our young generation can relate to.
Well, most of them had not heard of Carlo Acutis when I got there, but they knew it when I left.
Hold on, Sharon. You're telling me that at a Catholic high school, a lot of them didn't know who he was?
No, and some of them did, though, because there was just a small group, like 12 of them, that went overseas this past summer, and they went to CC, so they were able to actually be at the tomb of Blessed Carlo Acutis. As we know, he's virtually incorrupt, and his body is on display there in a clear tomb, so to speak, and you can see he looks like he's just sleeping. And so a lot of them did hear about, obviously, those that went on pilgrimage, those dozen that went, 12 that went, but a lot of them had not heard of him and didn't know much about him. So that was, I think really good that I came with the exhibit, especially for the Eucharistic miracles, and for them to experience. I think a lot of them were in awe of the Eucharistic miracles. It gives us so many different types of Eucharistic miracles, and they all have a unique way of speaking to our heart.
They do, and I think as parents or grandparents, like myself, it's great to see someone like Carlo Acutis being put in this position, or at least the notoriety that comes from it. I mean, I think everyone's used to social media influencers and so forth, but here he is. I actually went on that pilgrimage with some of the students at West Catholic. I did, yes, and I was there with them when they got to see him, because he's in Assisi. He loved Assisi, didn't he?
Oh, yes. Well, he loved St. Francis, and he was very good to the poor as well. He actually ministered to the poor on the streets, they say, every day. He went out to either talk to them or bring them sleeping blankets, or just, food and whatever their needs were. He wanted to minister to them, and he really was a great follower of St. Francis of Assisi, and he wanted to be buried in Assisi. So actually as I said, his body is in Assisi now. But he had a lot of special gifts. He also did work too on the computer. He did cartoons for the faith. He was a catechist, so he actually does cartoons, and you can watch them on YouTube. So if some young people out there, they want to Google Carlo Acutis and cartoons, they can watch some great cartoons. But if you go to carloacutis.com, you can actually see all the 4 exhibits that he did that I just mentioned. And he was a great witness to the faith, to his high school student friends, to his family, to his own parents, who eventually got to come back to the Catholic faith. So
I think he's a great role model, and it's been said that he would also he would see maybe some kids being bullied. He would always stick up for the bullies, or for the kids that were being bullied. But he also saw that if 2 friends were kind of arguing, he would invite them over to his house, after school, so they could kind of patch up their differences.
Yes, he was very much aware of Jesus' presence, I think, in his heart all the time, and he knew, that the Lord would want peace between, 2 people, and he was very conscious of somebody who was left out, as you said, and wanted to invite them in to be able to make sure they were included in things. He played soccer. He loved to travel, and actually went through a lot of these Eucharistic miracles, the actual places that they are throughout the world. He came from an affluent family, so he was able to travel and photograph a lot of these pictures that you see in the Eucharistic miracles. These are ones that he either gathered or photographed. So it's quite amazing.
It really is amazing, and we really thank you for coming to Grand Rapids and continuing your ministry of traveling the state and sharing this with parishes and groups all over that want to learn more about it. It's called the Vatican International Exhibition of the Eucharistic Miracles of the World. It'll be at St. Jude this weekend, May 17th through the 21st.
Right. And actually Friday, it'll be open from 5 to 8 in the evening. As I said, the presentation will be at 6. Saturday will be from 3 to 7. Sunday from 9 to 1, and Monday and Tuesday from 9 to 2. And we're also going to be seeing the students that come in from All Saints School, I understand, too. So I'll be giving some presentations to them as well, and giving them tours of the Eucharistic Miracle exhibit as well.
I know that materials will be available for purchase on site. There'll be no charge for the exhibition or the talk. And some of the portions of the exhibition are bilingual in English and Spanish, right?
We do have Spanish, although at St. Jude, they just requested the English.
I'm going to talk to Father about that. No,
the Spanish
No, that's okay. It's probably for the best because I don't think there are a lot of Spanish speakers in our parish, but I would probably be the
Right.
one of a couple that would probably do that. Which
Their Spanish panels had a lot of parishes and they have a Spanish community, and also they had the conference with Grand Rapids last summer that I brought the Eucharistic Miracle exhibit to, and that was there available in English and Spanish. So a lot of the Spanish community got to go.
folks, if you want to get more information, the website is stjudes.net, stjudes.net. Right on the homepage will be all the details of the times and, of course, of your presentation. Sharon, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for everything that you're doing. I look forward to meeting you at your presentation, and we'll get this video out
Likewise.
to everyone that wants to check it out. Because if they want to find out where this exhibition is going to be next, in other words, they can't make it to Grand Rapids this weekend, is there a list of where it's going to be throughout this year?
Yes, maryourmother.org. maryourmother.org. We had a little bit of a low time in the summer just because a lot of the parishes like to schedule, when they have the school students there and people aren't on vacation. But we will be pretty busy, through June. And I think we've been very busy during this Eucharistic revival, and it's really helping many of the people to come back, I think, to the Eucharist and have a real zeal for receiving Jesus as the Eucharist. So I'm very grateful to be able to do this and thankful to the Lord that he gives us his own body, blood, soul, and divinity in the Holy Eucharist to us, available to us each and every day on the altar.
Exactly. Why let a day go to waste, right?
Right. To receive Jesus in a state of grace, this is the greatest thing. And it really does, fuel your ministries, because Jesus is, very, very much interested in every aspect of our life. And the more we receive him, the better off we are. We can grow in holiness and grow in a zeal to serve him.
Amen to that. Thank you again for your time. It's great talking to you.
You too, John. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Again, folks, that was Sharon Amaya. Thank you, Sharon, for joining the podcast today. Again, you can hear her speak at 6 p.m. Friday, May 17th, at the Brophy Center, St. Jude Church. But like she said, it's available. This exhibition will be up there at St. Jude all throughout the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday, May 20 and 21 as well. stjudes.net will give you all the information and share some more information about Blessed Carlo Acutis. What a fascinating story, right? Thank you for joining today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Those of the St. Jude community, if you get a chance to watch this, thank you, and share this with others because it's a great message, and this is a great exhibition. I can't wait to see it, and can't wait to meet Sharon. And if I see you there, please say hello. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great day.